The last thing I want to talk about, Dan. Who are you starting in goal?
Absolutely, Stu. 100%. Thank you for.
How could you say that?
I'll tell you exactly why I can say it. I think it's Stu, no doubt about it.
How could you say
I'm
that?
so curious what people think. But to me,
You agree, Red?
Chris, Calvin Pickard in this game, 18 shots against, 4 goals allowed, 14 saves, a 7.78 save
Would you hear
percentage.
this, though? Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
At one point, I wrote in my notes.
I would never interrupt you. When would I ever do that?
At one point in my notes, I wrote, let me read it exactly. I said, how is it that the Oilers have there's 15 minutes left in the game? And I go, how is it that the Oilers could have 11 shots? And I feel like Bob has been incredible. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's just a tight one. And I'm like Bob having 11 saves is not, you're not like,
No.
oh, wow. But I was like, Bob's been amazing today.
No.
And
He made big saves.
I know. And I don't think Jean-Luc was bad. Like
he wasn't.
Marshy's
He
goals
wasn't.
were all of those goals were
Reiner's
fucking
goal was disgusting.
brutal. Yeah, I was like, dude.
So here's my stance, dude. Pickard was not bad.
Mhm.
But what we said was Pickard needed to be good, really good, to
Yeah.
justify starting him in a cup in the building game.
Mhm.
He's your backup goalie, whether you like it or not. Pickard was 7-0. Great stat. Red, great stat. Josh, he's now 7-1 in these playoffs. First loss of the playoffs.
Yep.
That said, he wasn't outstanding. He didn't steal a game. He gave up 3 goals.
Yep.
He did. It is what it is. Or, excuse me. He gave up 4 goals. He gave up 4 goals.
What was the final? 5-2?
5-2.
Yes,
he gave up 4 goals in this game. Hold on. A 7.78 save percentage. What did I say to you last episode? I said if he gives up, if they lose by 3 goals or more, you cannot start him.
Can I give you Stu's?
No, because I'm not done.
Yeah, okay.
And my bigger thing is, which I think you're about to get to, Stu, after being yanked, is historically fantastic.
I know.
If you start Stu next game, I would bet right now, if you start Stu in game 6, I bet he gives up 2 goals or less. I will put money on that right now. And I'm not saying he wins, but I would put big money right now that if you start Stu Skinner in game 6, he will give up 2 goals or less. That's what he does. And you have to look when it's this much of a wild card, right? You're Charlie Kelly.
Yeah.
If you're the goalie coach of the Edmonton Oilers, you're Charlie Kelly.
Yeah.
Wild card, bitches. You don't know what's going on. But what you do know is neither goalie that you have has earned the right to say, that's my net, man.
Yeah, correct.
So it's
said this last episode.
We're shooting.
It's an insane that the Oilers are even like remotely
Right?
close to a cup when they don't have a goalie.
So we're shooting in the dark.
Yeah.
So what I say to that is, who's your starter? It's Stu. But you then go, we don't know what's going on in that room. You then go, what are the vibes? You talk to both of them. And listen, if you talk to Stu and he's like, and as the coach, you're like, he didn't have it. If that's the case, okay, fine.
Mm.
But if you're genuinely like, I don't know, it's Stu's net, dude. He's the guy. He always responds after getting yanked. That's a good fact for you. And at the end of the day, this is what I say. If you go into game 6 and you put Stu Skinner in net and you lose, anyone who's going, fucking idiots, you should have played Calvin Pickard, is
full of shit.
Is a person
Is
who's
full of
going,
shit.
I'm grasping at any straw that I can
Yep.
possibly find.
Mhm.
So that is my message to Edmonton fans. Guys, at the end of the day, you've got 2 really good goalies. They haven't performed the best. I understand it. But you've got 2 really good goalies. You've got 2 really good people who have got you here, got you to another game 6 or 7, possibly 7 again, of the Stanley Cup final back-to-back years. Pickard 7-1 in these playoffs as a backup. He's been bending over backwards.
I know,
for you.
dude.
And
Christ.
Stu, through the greatest adversity we've ever seen, just fucking showing so much resiliency to keep battling every game, no matter who you play. That's your fucking goalie. That's your guy. And you're going to stand behind him. And at the end of the day, I think it's got to be Stu.
Here's here's Jean-Luc's goals allowed in his wins. And this isn't counting game 4 because he got the win for that game, but he came in for 2 periods, which is not nothing. So here's 6, and I'm going to give you the 7th tonight. 4-3-1, 4-2, 4-4. Like, he hasn't been that good. I know he's undefeated, but he hasn't been that good, which is why I got lit up by this, but people were killing me because I was like, I would start Stu this game. Like, I know he's been brutal, but like, he got pulled and he's been pretty good against the pull.
I didn't hate that take. I didn't hate that take at all.
He's my guy. He's my guy. It's Dash is talking to him. And I was just like, you just can't put. Truly, I'm sorry we're going off on this so long. It's be the last thing I say. I base my entire life, every time I have a decision tree, on avoiding the worst case scenario. Even if I'm talking like, even if it's like, what should we do Saturday night? I'm like, I got this option. I got this option. I go, what would be the worst case scenario? Because even if I make the wrong decision, as long as I've eliminated the worst case scenario, I can kind of sleep at night. And obviously this is hindsight, but I said, dude, if you're the fucking Edmonton Oilers, if you're Connor McDavid and I'm your coach, dude, and I'm looking you in the fucking face and I go, hey, dude, remember when we got our hearts ripped out of our body in the Stanley Cup Finals in Game 7 last year? And now we're back in the Stanley Cup Finals again against the same team. Yeah. And it's a pivotal Game 5 at home. And I'm starting our AHL backup goalie.
Hey.
Dude, but no.
Stop saying AHL.
But Jan,
backup.
listen to me.
No.
Worst case scenario.
Just redo that take and say backup.
Worst case scenario is I send Connor McDavid into battle with Jean-Luc Pickard in goal and we get lit up 5-2. And that's what happened.
I agree completely.
So I'm like, dude, I think I can sleep at night if I'm Knobloch, and Stu got pumped again.
I agree.
That's my take. I just think I would have gone with Stu, and if you had a bad period, you yank him, and you, because dude, Pickard has showed that he can come in cold and not give a fuck and play great. So if it's me, I start Stu, and if I have a quick trigger on him. But starting Pickard and getting blown out at home in Game 5 is literally worst case. I don't know how you look Connor McDavid in the face, and I'm sorry. I thought we had a hunch, and he's been good, and whatever. So that's how I feel. I think you're probably right. They go back to Stu, but that now we are in like the craziest goalie saga of all time.
But per what you just said, like that avoids the worst case.
If you start Pickard again and you get lit up in Florida, you're like, dude, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. So I start Stu with a quick trigger.
Yeah.